Today we're going to be reading a chapter from this book, The Body or the Soul. Fools and blind, which is greater, the gold or the temple that sacrifice the gold? Fools and blind, for which is greater, and the gift or the altar that sacrifice the gift? Matthew 23:17-19. The Lord Jesus was speaking to Jewish teachers, Pharisees, scribes, and all religious leaders of all times. His accusation is serious and supported by the repetition of expressions hypocrites, blind guides, fools and blind, serpents, and blood of vipers. On no other occasion does the Lord Jesus Christ speak to us severely as in Matthew 23. The sin those who committed was valued to the gold used in the temple more than the temple itself, the dwelling place of the living God, and offering his monetary value more than the altar representing God himself. Those religious leaders paid more attention to what was important to men than to what was important in the eye of God. They prioritized what excelled their for the Most High. This distorted spiritual perception came from the corrupt heart, which always wants to fulfill its own will and never would will of God. And still today is the same day. Whoever is led by their heart becomes those religious leaders, even though they had been in church and have living in a perfect world in their hands. These fools and blinds are those who don't think about the consequences or their bad choices, but are accepted with satisfying themselves. And just as the Lord Jesus confronted the teachers of Israel on the principles and values that remain forever, where we're investing in is our earthly life or our spiritual life. Examine these questions and answer them honestly. God knows what's inside of us, which is why he sees mere followed up with action or hollow. If you don't invest in salvation of all your strength, I'll say that you are foolish and blind, because you prioritize the visible instead of the invisible. Everything that is visible is perishable and passes away very quickly, but to choose what is spiritual and visible shows that you care about eternity. Our soul will live eternally either in heaven or the lake of fire and brimstone, so we choose well what you invest and prioritize.